Russell Westbrook no longer speaks to Kendrick Perkins after a telling warning. I ain't doing nothing but doing my job. Ooh, that's sad to see. Let's read through this story right here. As we all know, they were former teammates in OKC and now no longer friends. Perkins, who has worked for ESPN since his retirement, recently revealed that he and Westbrook had a falling out a few years ago after Perkins warned Westbrook to temper it down or he might find himself out of the league entirely, citing conversations he had with general managers around the league. Why I think this story is fascinating is because it shows that dynamic of friends, teammates, and now you're in the media and I'm still an active player. And now your job is getting in the way of our relationship. Let's see how this one spiraled out of control. Obviously, Perkins' comments prove telling as Westbrook remains unsigned and outside of the NBA just a few weeks before the start of this season, which is unfair to Westbrook. Look, if 4 years ago I say, hey, dog, you might be out the league, and then it happens 4 years later, and we don't even know if he's out the league, he's just not on a team to start the season. Is that really a prediction? Like, we know Russell Westbrook, best days are behind him in terms of how much time he has left on the court. So prediction, maybe not. The reason, maybe so. Let's go. This very situation, this moment right here that we're in, Russell Westbrook not being on the roster, is what hurt me in Russell Westbrook's personal relationship. That's what he said on the podcast. Sometime 3 or 4 years ago when he was on the Lakers roster and reports came to me from general managers around the league, and I said it on television, hey, Russ, got to be careful now. Word around the league is that if he doesn't be careful and temper it down, he might find himself out of the league. Now, there's two ways to take that if you're Russell Westbrook or even just a fan. One, Perk is actually quoting what he's heard because he's connected and he knows other general managers out there doing his work, just hanging out, whatever it may be. Information is coming his way. He's getting on TV and transmitting that message. Simple and effective. That's it. Or you could be like, Perk got his feelings about this and how Russ is moving, and I'm going to hide behind the guise of it's a general manager or so saying it. But really, Russ, chill out. And that happens all the time. Sources. Yeah, okay, names and numbers then, damn it. So you could take it both ways. Clearly, Westbrook and his family did not take too kindly to the warning. As Perkins said, he received a long paragraph text message from Westbrook's wife, Nina, admonishing him for his comments. Now, that's interesting because Jason Whitlock just recently read a DM he got from Nina Westbrook as well. So I don't know how many long paragraphs have been written to people in the media, but we know of two for sure. And full disclosure, Russell Westbrook and Nina and their family goes to the same school as my family, right? So kids in the same class, all that above, right? So love. But at the same time, we talking about that relationship between Perk and Russ and where it went. So after that, our relationship was over with. Perkins said, adding that his own wife got involved and went back and forth with Nina. Oh, it's rap. Kaboof. That happened to me with someone I was working with as well. I will keep that secret right now because that person doesn't need all this smoke, do they? Well, we'll see how they act. But the point is, they had an issue with something my wife did and brought it to me. I was like, one, how old are you? That's my wife, dog. She gonna win this battle even if she wrong. That's my wife. But in respect, what are you talking about? Then I was like, what you talking about is so childish. She liking posts about you and all this stuff. I'm like, what? Will you stop? But all I'm saying that is, look, we can handle this like gentlemen or we can get into some gangster. But when the wives get involved, it's even more gangster than gangster. It's a whole nother level they ain't even described yet. So once the wives get involved, you already know. Damn it, dog, I tried. It ain't gonna work. I ain't doing nothing but doing my job. Perk said, I'm not killing Russ. I'm not killing him. These are reports. All right, so obviously Perkins turned out to be correct as Westbrook has been unable to find another team after opting out of his final year in Denver. But here we are at this very moment when Russ opted out of last year in Denver. The only team that had interest was Sacramento. Here we are starting the season. Russell Westbrook is not on a roster. From the sound of it, Westbrook's should have heeded his warning instead of ending their relationship. Blah, 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 blah. So like this video right now, subscribe to this channel, and donate to Project Transition below. Let's go. Okay, I don't believe that. I don't believe that what Kendrick Perkins said about Russell Westbrook is the reason why Russell Westbrook is out the league. I believe it's this. It's not about toning it down, tempering it down. Russell Westbrook comes in, he's a brand in himself. Russell Westbrook comes to your roster, that's once again a loud backup. Very few opportunities for him to start, not because he ain't starting capable, like in terms of his potential, in terms of his game. He could go somewhere and start, shut it. Now, we know there's going to be some issues with that. You may say turnovers. You may say mistakes in timely moments, except we know no perfect player. But he is still right there, either starter or definitely a backup with juice. Here's the problem. Whenever you hear you may be a backup and we hear your brand coming before you, you know they got a problem with it. Russell finds himself in the same position we found everybody else in. Why Shedeur fell in the draft. Why Cam Newton couldn't catch on at the end of the career. It's the same stuff. Can we stop acting like this is something new? So if 4 years ago you say, hey, dog, you need to stop dressing like you dress. You need to stop wearing what you wear. You need to stop playing like you play. You need to stop talking like you talk. You're not predicting anything but the inevitable. We're all going to retire. We're all going to have struggles at the end of our career to latch on to the same role. LeBron James, who's insane, who's amazing, who's in his 23rd year, is now losing the keys to the franchise to Luka. Now, you can say Luka's better. You're going to have an argument. Point being, it doesn't matter if he's better or not. He's younger, right? In every industry, they always try to find something younger and cheaper. And hopefully better, but they'll take younger and cheaper even if it's not better because it's better than your old expensive ass, right? So Westbrook finds himself in that position. But here's the real question. How do you protect or check your homie, especially if you're in the media? You got that platform. You got that megaphone. And what you say, even if you whisper, it comes out loud, right? How do you do that? How do you navigate around it? I tell you what I did, and I tell you what I do. I say it the real way. And if you know me, you know it's coming from the right place. And when you hear it, I'm going to make sure it's coming with the love that is intended. But we got to stop hiding from tough criticism. We got to stop hiding from critics. We got to stop hiding from anything that it doesn't flatter us, doesn't stroke us and give us dopamine, right? You know what I mean? Like, God dang, you can say what you say. In this situation, I think saying something 4 years ago and then it turns into this situation, when he opted out, he could still be on Denver if he wanted to be. He obviously doesn't want that. I think Russ wants to come back home to L.A. to be real. But at the same time, it's only 2 jobs here. Sacramento offered you. That's California, but that ain't L.A. You got young kids. The dude got enough money. He got a great foundation. He doing all these other things. Maybe the guy's just telling himself, fam first. That's the toughest part about winding down a career. Most of the time, you got a family, and that family is growing. Oh, I'm about to cry. I just walked into my wife's office and saw all of the pictures. I always go in there, but this time I was looking for some Post-its, right? I went and grabbed some Post-its, right? And the Post-its were right by these pictures of my little girls and MJ. And MJ was fat and round, and my little girls were little. And now I'm looking at them now, and they get dressed by themselves. They're 5 and 6 and they're tall. And I'm like, oh God. And I'm like, and I told my wife this yesterday, the only thing we have to really protect is our time. We're told growing up, it's your money, you know, your relationships, all that. Look, all y'all get in line. The first thing I got to make sure I protect, because I'm not getting it back, is this time. I could get a relationship back. Perkins and Russ can get back together and cool. They're going to probably run into each other somewhere. It ain't going to be a ton of people around them, and they're going to get one of them. What's up, man? What's up, dog? You good? Yeah, I'm good. Well, actually, you know, not all good, because you know how it goes. Next you know, you're like, yeah, man, that was wild. That was wrong when you said that. Well, I didn't mean it like that, dog. I was just telling you what they said. Yeah, but you could have told me. Well, at the same time, that's not my job, dog. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about what you do. Yeah, I hear you. You know, like you got to do what you do. You can't call everybody to let them know, put them on alert. You know, he's like, next time, though, you know, I got you, dog. What you up to? What about our wives? Shh, don't tell them. Whatever. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. This is why I don't have no fights with nobody. Anybody mad at me, they're going to be mad at themselves. They're going to drink their own poison. What we really beefing over? Shut it. I told everybody that I think you weren't gonna play in 4 years or so. It's gonna come true. I told you to calm down. 4 years later, and I opted out. What you mean, calm down? That's on me. I did that. I ain't blaming you. I take accountability for that. So, be up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Think they could fix that relationship with them wives involved? I don't know. But at the same time, how do you protect and check the homie? Because the job does entail you protecting your homie. I know. People look out for people. People like who they like, and they talk about them in glowing terms. And people they don't like, they don't. But how do you protect and check the homie? Beat up in the comments. Let me know what you think. And so now, you know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But before we got to check on your cybersecurity, boy. Let's go here right now. Have you guys used this product right here? It is called Aura. Smart, simple, online safety powered by AI. Please, guys, protect yourselves when you're online. Everybody is putting all their information out there in cyberspace, but who's protecting it? So I'm letting you know Americans lost $12.5 billion to scams last year. Hello? So don't think it can't happen to you. So that's why I trust and roll with today's sponsor, Aura. Think of him as a safety out there just lurking, Rodney Harrison, right? And he's just checking all of the 3 credit bureaus for you right now. I'm monitoring them, making sure that you catch your fraud up to 250 times faster than the competition. And it backs you with $1 million in identity theft insurance, plus 24/7 support. So lock down your credit, clean up your data, protect your devices, do all of that with this app, Aura, right here. Hit aura.com/Marcellus Wiley or the link in my description for a 14-day free trial. 14-day free trial. That's what I said. Stay safe and keep your identity yours. Blah, 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 blah. So now, you know what we do on this show, boy. We got to be nice about this one, right? Do we? We flow, boy. No, we ain't got to be nice. Gangster. Russ from LA, so he know he can take it. That's the homie. Throwing up the West Sea for Leah. Kendrick Perkins down south. Where you from, Beaumont, I think? I got family in Beaumont. I need to go down there. I've been saying that for 50 years. I ain't going to Beaumont. I see them when they come to LA. Let's get that love from teammates to strangers. Damn, this hurts. Come here, Perkins. Kendrick Perkins said it straight. Russ toned it down. Acting wild on the court, you gonna lose that crown now. Warned him in the locker room, man-to-man talk. But Russ brushed it off, kept that fire in his walk. Years went by, drama starting to cook. Perk on the mic, giving Russ that look. Keep acting crazy, you gon' see that day. Lee gon' shut that door, take your ball away. From the hardwood shine to media beef, now they strangers in the street, ain't no relief. Teammates once, but the bond done snapped. Even the wives throwing shade, the bridge collapsed. Russ, Lady Perk, wife beef on the gram. Posts flying out like they ready to slam. Teammates turn to enemy, sad but true. Even fam got involved, now it's World War II. Perk in the suit, Russ on the run, but the whispers got loud, man, his time is done. Out the league down, can't change the fate. What, cuz? You could've preached it, it's too late. Damn the fans in the comments, man, what a fall. 2 brothers in the game, no love at all. Come on, y'all, that bond done turned cold as ice. NBA drama got a heavy price. The hardwood shine media beef. Now they strangers in the street, man, no relief. What happened to them, man? They gotta grit their teeth. Every time they see each other, man, it feel like beef. You know who I am, right? Mustard on a beat, bro. Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcellus Wiley, in making a real impact through Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real opportunities. Your donation doesn't just enter you to win unforgettable prizes and exclusive experiences with myself and other gym members. It fuels our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, dreamers, and game changers. From after-school programs, life skills camps, and career development, every dollar helps unlock potential where it's needed most, and where every person makes a world of difference. Give back, win big, be the difference, be greater than your greatest excuse. Support Project Transition today. Become a gym member and help turn obstacles into opportunities.
Let me put you on to something that's part of my daily routine now. VINIA, not a powder, not a pill.
It's the Daily Choose 2X formula. And yeah,
They taste good too. It's plant-based. No stimulants, no crash, no jitters, no banned substances, no junk. It's Informed Sports certified. Just something that actually delivers. Link in description, VINIA.com/Marcellus. Discount code Marcellus10 for a 10% discount. Wow.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here. Because I believe it's the purpose.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so